Well, if you see me before, you probably know I'm biased about government programs. I've been studying for 50 years now, and I've been helping people, rich and poor, and in the middle, take advantage of them. And sure, there's a lot of probably bad ones that should not be there, a lot of inefficiency in how they give it out that can be approved. But now what's going on in Washington is more than that. It just that someone's taken an axe to uh, just slice it without any thoughtfulness and with a lot of meanness. So I've got a lot of people I know in Washington that work for the government and work for the government for 10, 20 years or more in special areas that we need in our country, supposedly. We decided that at one time. And they just in 24 hours have to leave the job after being there 10, 15, 20 years. So that's disturbing. And actually, it doesn't have anything, if they're trying to save money, they're not cutting the budgets of the money that's given out. Like this year, as in every year, they're giving out $18,767 average to every person in the United States. Now, this is for all kinds of things. Now, this is grants to help people improve their lives, get out of financial trouble, start businesses, not lose your house, or not be out in the street, to pay rent and utilities so you're not in cold. And so we decided at one time to say, let's do a program for this, and it made sense. And the problem is we just don't get rid of a lot of them. That's true. But there's a way to get rid of it, a lot of it, without being mean and hurting people and disrupting their lives, turning it upside down. I don't think we have to do that. But also, what I'm trying to do is teach people the part of our country that really is there to help people. In other words, the government is there supposedly to help people, and it does, if you know how to use it. And the thing is, the people that want to get rid of it, it seems, the rich people, they don't want to get rid of their own programs. They want to get rid of programs that non-rich people use. Now that's even a bigger issue for me, because the non-rich people really need these. I mean, if you look at data about wages in this country, in the last 50 years, people, like the bottom 90%, did not see their wages increase hardly at all. Only went up 30% in about 45, 50 years. 30%. Inflation went up 300%. That's why the average person can't pay their bills. It's wages. It's not government programs. It's wages. Is that the top 10% are taking all the growth in this country, and the bottom 90% aren't getting a piece of the pie or big enough to keep up with inflation. So that's another thing. But what I really want to do is teach people who don't know about these programs about what our country is made up of. And it's basically, I think, yes, it's basically this. See, what people don't realize, we're a capitalist country, right, where it costs money to do anything. And that's been good for us and other people in the world to use capitalism. But it's not all our economy. It's just 60% of our economy is capitalism. This is this yellow part. That's Google. If you need help in this country and you go to Google, they'll give it to you, but you have to have money to get it. Now, we have another part of our country, which I call the community part. This is where people help people. Okay, you help your neighbor when they're in trouble. Things like this. This is a human thing to do, right? Capitalism. Yeah, your house is on fire. I'm not going to put it out for you unless you have a good credit card. That's capitalism, and you don't want to do that. We want to help each other in our country, and we do. 40% of everything in our country is that we're communities help each other. Okay, now I want to go through some top ones that I've found recently. I study these every day when new ones come out, and what happens to the current ones, and who's getting more money, who's not getting money, or whatever. Now I'm going to put all these links in the description below. I'm sorry if you're watching this somewhere else and you don't have the edit, but they'll be there. Okay, here, there's money and help for 70 million people with disabilities to start a business. So in other words, we as a community decided people with disabilities need help starting a business, okay? Just like Elon Musk needs help starting his business, okay? We give him money. And we give him $38 billion of money. But this is a little smaller amount. But here's an organization to find out about the money and help that the community has set up. And that means the whole country, but the giving part of our country, not the capitalist part of our country. It's called Disabiliteis Small Business Org. So this is a nonprofit organization that you can contact if you have a disability and want to start a business, and they'll help you through it. They don't charge money, maybe on certain issues, but in general, no. A nonprofit organization. See, .org means they don't charge money. They give money, and they give free help. Okay, and that's right. .gov is the other side that gives it. So .gov and .org, O-R-G. They're the people you want to talk to if you don't have money. If you have money, then you go to Google and spend your heart out. Okay, here's another thing. If you want to be like Elon Musk, you could take your little business, or you could even like be a freelance writer, or have a cooking idea that you want to sell, or things like that. The government buys anything you can think of. I saw reports. I've got copies of all these contracts that send out. They even bought a freelance priest. You could be a massage therapist. You could be a lawyer. They buy that. You could be a counselor. They buy that. You could be an IT person. They buy that. And you could do that at home on your kitchen table. But you got to learn the bureaucracy and how they buy stuff. Like my sister framed pictures and awards for the government in her garage, and did $1 million worth of business out of her garage, getting government contracts. What's neat about a government contracts, it goes. When you get one, you get more and more and more, and you can grow a big business. So to get free help to find that out for your business, or if it's worth starting a business to get this stuff, you go to Apex, A-P-E-X, Accelerators, ACCELERATORS.US. So that's apexaccelerators.us, and make an appointment. That's it. If you want to get money and help and assistance from the government, you have to make an appointment and talk to somebody. Okay, you have CoPays and you can't pay your CoPays. There's a nonprofit organization. You could have income up to $100,000 and get a grant to pay your CoPays. Where is that? You go to patientadvocate.org. Patientadvocate.org. You call them up, see if you're eligible, and figure that out with them. You have to call. Don't look for a website to fill out an application and think you'll get think you'll get money. No, talk to people, see if you're really eligible. Here's the thing. Here's rich people that give money for the stuff that poor people need. And this is from a basketball player. Jason, I don't know his name, Jason. He's a rich guy, so he sets up a foundation to give people $10,000 grant to help them buy a home. How do you find things like this? Here's a website to go, and it's a .org, Candid, CANDID.org. You can learn how to search that database and find the rich people in your neighborhood that give money and grants for people not so rich. There's lots of them. Everybody, all the rich guys have so much money, they don't know what the hell to do with it, and they feel guilty, so they give it away. Okay, here's another thing. Inflation, as I mentioned earlier, you want to deal with inflation, you can't pay your rent, you can't pay your utilities, things like that. Here's what you do. You go to findhelp.org. This is a database of all organizations that give out money and help for living expenses. So you could put in food there, you could put in rent, like rent where I live, there's like 70 organizations that will help you pay rent. That's findhelp.org. Artists, if you're an artist, you can get $5,000 to $50,000 from your state government. Every state has an organization that gives money to the arts. Here's the listing of all the state arts organizations. You go to this website, find out your state, contact them about what programs they have. and also contact them and ask them for other sources for artists. They'll know, because there's always more than one source for anything. But their website is nasaa-arts.org. So that's nasaa-arts.org. Remember, I'm going to have all these in the description below. Okay, $5,000 for utility grants. There's a program out there. See, this is what's going on with Trump and Doge and things like that, is they just fired all the people that give out that money. So the money's there to be given out. But all the people, I mean, they're going to realize this, and they have to come back and finish. They have to give out all this money by the end of the year. So you could get up to $5,000, but the people that send it out, that's already been processed, and it has to go out. So I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, they just throwing grenades all over the government. So it'll be interesting to watch. Or how about this? You have, I see a lot of website, I mean, you see a lot of notices come across my desk about Trump canceling food help for people around the country. And okay, when that happens, and you go to a place maybe, and they give you free food, and they say, "Oh, Trump cut that out. We don't have any anymore," whatever. Man, there's more than one place all the time. Like I told you, there's 70 in my zip code that help you pay rent. Well, here in my zip code, there's 294 organizations that give out free food or money to buy food in one zip code. 294. So that's why if one doesn't have it, you go to the next one. It's like getting a job or a date or anything like that. It's a numbers game. You have to keep going down the line and asking for people. And legal help. I mean, now, if people don't treat you right, and that could be even the government, you could get free legal help to fight anybody, okay? And where do you go that? You go to findhelp.org, okay? Findhelp.org, and put in legal, and I do it for my web source where I live, my zip code. I get 118 organizations. There's a lot of help. Look at 118 organizations, one zip code just to get help. 294 organizations that give out free money for food. Okay, 72 organizations that give out grants to help you pay rent. There's so many sources out in this country. We are a good country. We help people. 40% of us do that. 60% help you if you have money. 40% help you if you don't have money. So if you don't have money, you got to find out about that 40%. And that's what I do. Let'sGoHelp.com for $20 a month, our subscription, that we help you find every program you're eligible for. And it's not only me or some bunch of experts or whatever. No, it's members. We have 15,000 members that help each other get this stuff. This is what's neat. Somebody like you who just found out last week, and they got the money, and they're there to talk to you live. We about 4 or 5 hours every day of people on Zoom calls that you can ask questions and how they got the money, what did you do, how did you say it, whatever. So we still live in a great country, no matter you see all the firecrackers going off in Washington. Look behind the curtain and stay tuned.